Hey, good morning, everyone. Hello,
Very
Sebastian.
good morning. Good morning,
Morning.
Sonia. Good morning, everyone.
Hi. Well, we started this webinar, but we're going to wait a few seconds for everybody to
To join
arrive.
in.
Welcome to this new webinar in to start the year, the school
Yep,
year, to
school year.
say, um, with CSV import in Store Commander, which is a big subject. So I hope we're going to be covering most of it, but of course you're going to be able to ask questions if need be.
Yeah.
So I
Um,
think everybody's here now. Well, if people join afterwards, it doesn't really matter. We'll just let us catch up, I guess. Just before I start, the replay will be available at the end of the webinar. As soon as we close the session, a mail will be sent out, and the replay will be available on our website.
yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the chat directly.
Yeah, okay. So there's a chat at the bottom, so you can ask your questions. We're going to be sharing with Sebastian on the chat there. So don't hesitate to ask questions as we go along. But there will be a question time at the end of the demonstration anyway. But Sebastian will be adding a few links to the
To the
knowledge
chat.
base
Mhm.
in the chat. Okay. So today is mastering the import in Store Commander. It's going to be very useful for everyone. So the next level is just this
It's us.
and
Our
us.
beautiful faces.
Yes, of course. I need to update them, but the most thing they're quite nice.
Yeah, we look good.
Yeah. And before we start, we're just going to have a recap of what Store Commander is, and I'm going to hand it over to Sebastian, who's going to be telling you all about
Yep. So what
it.
is Store Commander? Basically, it is a back office layout that allow you to save time, take control of your data, and I would say master your data. And data is very important when we are selling online. All right. And it will also help you manage your catalog in a more efficient way. And how do we achieve that? Well, thanks to our ergonomic interface, because we've developed a three-column interface in which you will be able to structure, manage, and visualize all your data in one tab. And I believe this is a revolution. There's
Mhm.
nothing compared on the market at the moment.
That's right.
And thanks to that, you will spend also less time on managing your data, whether you need to apply changes to your products, order, or customers. So, like we say, we simplify complexity. And complexity being obviously having to manage your product catalog one by one, product one by one. And in Stock Commander, you will be able to create, manage your products in bulk, not only your products, but also your orders and customers, thanks to its interface. We've developed an importing and exporting tool. I'm not going to talk much about it because we will be seeing today the importing tool, and we will see that it is very useful and powerful. But
Mhm.
basically, you can personalize, customize all your exports and imports. Okay. The third point is the product discount setup. You will be able to schedule your price discounts, control your margins, round up your prices, and all of that within a dedicated interface. And
Mhm.
you will be able to visualize your data regarding your discounts, and also apply changes in bulk if need be. Okay, and the fourth point is the multi-store management. You may know that PrestaShop allow you to activate or work in multi-store mode, and thanks to Store Commander, you will be able to work seamlessly and in bulk in that particular mode. You will be able to share information between shops. You will be able to create exceptions on shops, etc., etc. Basically, well, we believe that this has never been done before, and it's very easy to use, and switch between shops, modify product data all at once if you need, etc.
Mhm. Yeah, and
Well,
also imports with multi-store management, but we might
and yeah,
anyway.
and we have obviously tons of functionalities. We have more than 50 years of expertise. You guys can try out the module thanks to its 7 days free trial period. You have access to a knowledge base. You have access to us, the support team. And obviously, I think we work with more than 300 partners all around the globe as well. So
That's
if you
right.
need advice on how to manage a shop online, on an online shop, sorry, you can always contact our partners.
That's right.
And I believe that's it for
Yeah,
the
well, there's
small
more.
introduction.
Many, many more to discover, but today is just a recap of what Store Commander is and what you can do with it. But specifically, we're going to be looking into the imports. So thank you, Sebastian, for this summary of Store Commander, which is quite difficult because we do a lot of things.
We do, yeah.
We do, yeah. So if I go on to the next slide, so mastering imports, this is the goal of this webinar today. So we're going to be seeing how we're going to, well, whether you're using it or not, we're going to be showing you how to structure your data, because the goal of Store Commander is to help you have perfect product pages. So you have all the information your customers need. So they have a smooth customer experience on your site, so they can click on the add to cart quickly because they have all the information. So it's very useful for that. And the imports will allow you to update your products. So if it's whether it's SEO or prices or stock as well, but using a CSV file. So the CSV file is to be used when you have a lot of information to update. So it's going to be quicker than using the PrestaShop back office or even Store Commander, although Store Commander allows you to do quite a lot of things in bulk. But the CSV file is very useful. It's useful as well because you can work offline, because Store Commander and PrestaShop is you need to have an internet connection, but you can work offline on a CSV file, so that's quite useful as well to give to a colleague who doesn't have access to your shop, for example. So you can really collaborate using CSV files, so you can update or create products combinations, etc. So we're going to be seeing that as well, because everything is included in Store Commander on the product page. So you can have like images, prices, description, SEO, stock, everything
Everything you
that
can think of.
you can use in your CSV files, including languages as well. So this is very for me, I think the fact that you work on a CSV file is very good, because you can really have a collaborative methodology as well. So you can structure your file, you know what you want to do. It's very flexible, so it's a good tool. It's really good. So it's good to be mastering this tool, and you will be saving a lot of time, and you'll be a lot more efficient on a daily basis, or even weekly if you have like regular imports that you can automate as well. And we're going to be seeing that point too. So
Yeah,
very on this side. Sorry, Sebastian.
no, that's all right. That's all right, Sonia. And it doesn't really matter whether you have a small, medium, or large shop. I mean, it is relevant to all type of merchants.
Exactly.
Anyone
Yeah.
can use it and should use it. And it doesn't matter also the sectors you are in, whether you are in fashion, B2B, spare parts, whatever. It is always useful to import your data.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
believe
even
it's,
as agencies as well. Agencies will
and
use
agencies would use that as well. Yeah.
because you can use it for migration. For example, if you're working on an old PrestaShop version like 1.7, for example, and you want to move up to 8, you can use the export and the import tool to get all your products and then import it on the other side. So your migration is seamless on the catalog side. So it's very it's useful for everyone, like Sebastian said. So no matter how many products you have, how many you need to update, the CSV is really useful. And if you use it with the export tool within Store Commander as well, the two combined is like you've got the great tools to update your website.
Definitely.
So I think this is it for the global information about imports. So we're going to be going on to the demo. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna share my screen with one of PrestaShop shop, the PrestaShop store. Sorry, on the demo. So we're gonna be seeing how to create new products with or without combinations, depending on if you have combinations or not on your site, or maybe both. How you can automate the stock update, whether you have a supplier that sends you files regularly to update the stock or prices, but mainly stock. Optimizing SEO as well, very important, the SEO on PrestaShop, and also languages. If you have languages on your shop, we're going to be seeing how you can use the languages in your file to update or create products, adding the translation for that. So I'm going to be sorry.
Yeah. No, let's jump into it. I can't wait to see the import tool.
Let's go on to my other screen, which is this one. So this is a 1.7.8 PrestaShop, but we're compatible from 1.6.1 to the latest 8.2.4. I think
something, yeah.
Can't
remember, but yeah.
8.2. Anyway, so Stockmatter web, of course, so it's included in your back office here, and the link is here. You don't have to click on it to open it up. And here we are in Store Commander. So for, like Sebastian said, we've got the 3 columns to navigate through your shop. And the import tool is in the catalog menu. So let's start with creating a new file. So we can create new products. So I created a few test files, and the first one is to create new products. Let me put it in big screen. Okay, so the principle of a CSV file is to keep the first line to the title of the columns of the information, like I put it here, the product name, the reference, the price, the tax, the stock, etc., etc. I only put a few fields here, but you can add all the other fields. You can add the categories. You can add the what did I not
features?
Yeah, features. I've put one.
Sorry, yeah.
Descriptions. You can put suppliers. You can put manufacturers. You can put categories. You can put images. You can put everything you want, because there's a lot of information on the product. So either put what you need. Anyway, this is why it's flexible. You don't need the only compulsory field is the name, because when you create a product, the first thing that you create is the name. You can even have one column with just name, and you would create the product with just the name. But obviously, the goal of that is to add as much information as you can. So when you create the products using the CSV import, then you have all that information already included in your product. So this is just an example. This is not limited. So please do add a column for different things. And after that, on each line, you will have the product. So here I put the product name, lovely mug, and on the line, I just enter all the information corresponding to the column title. So I put the stock, the features, the meta title, meta description, and anything else. So then you will have one line per product, and we will be importing that information as we go along. The principle also when of the import process is always to import line by line, one after another, always in the same order. We're not going to pick line 1, 2, 3 and go back to line 25 to go back to lines 562. It's only the first line. We just import it. We don't have any problem. Done. We pass on to the second one, etc., etc. Always in the order. Okay, and we always add the information that you will put on your line. If, for example, you don't put a meta title, for example, it's empty. Therefore, we don't put any meta title. Okay. If we don't find the information, don't know, feature France, for example, we can create it as well. But if we can't find anything, we're not gonna put something else. You know what I mean?
We're not gonna invent.
But it's not intelligent, I would say it's not that clever to just think, oh, but maybe I should put that here because maybe it's wrong that it's empty. You know what I mean? It's just like we're going to be adding the information that's in the file. So it happens because we do the support, of course, with Sebastian. So sometimes customers said, well, yeah, but no, but it's imported the wrong price. Well, we cannot decide on the price. Store Commander will take what's on the file. So if it says 538, it will import 5.38. Okay, so if that's wrong, then that's because your file is wrong. You know what I mean? So I don't hesitate to give us a call or just send us an email if you're not sure. But we will add the information that's on your file. So, and it's you or your supplier, if you see if he sends you information, then we will be using what's in the file. Okay, so there's no secret, there's no, it's very concrete.
Yeah.
So
I said it's not an AI. We do not invent data for you. We do not create data for you. We do, we create what's inside the CSV file only.
Exactly. So I've saved that file. So I just save it again, and I'm just going to go to Store Commander interface now.
And just a quick point, you need to save it as a CSV file, obviously.
Yes, sorry. Hold on. Just go back to it because I already saved it. So sorry, it's in French, but it's save as. So we've got two choices: either the CSV comma separated, semicolon separated, comma separated value for CSV. You also have, depending on your Excel version, CSV UTF-8. So that's the encoding.
Yep.
So depending on what you have, but we use this one, but you can also use this one. This is an Excel. So whether you're using other applications, if you're on Mac or Google Sheet or whatever, you need to be on CSV. If it's not a CSV, you won't be able to upload it anyway. So
you will have an error message.
It is a CSV tool, so it has to be a CSV file. So going back to Store Commander here. So under catalog, I go into the CSV import tool. And I'm just going to make it bigger so you can see it. So the top part is where all the files are. And then for each file, you will have a mapping, so what you need to import. And then on the right-hand side is where you start the import. There's not much information in that panel.
Yeah.
So to add the file, the plus, as always, in Store Commander, plus to add anything. So I just upload the file. So I'm just going to go and fetch it. I think I have it here. Up. It's this one. Hop. Okay, so here, and then the little cloud to upload it in my window. So I've got my file now, prod import. Okay. And when I select it, I've got what we call the mapping. The mapping is what I need to import. So my file, I've got the file name, product name, the title of my columns. So now I need to tell Store Commander that the title that I named, product name, in PrestaShop, I need to say it corresponds to the field of PrestaShop. So this is the mapping. I need to do the correspondence between what I have in the file and what exists in PrestaShop. So for each line, I need to double click the second column, which is database field. And here I've got the list of everything that can be imported. Okay. So name. So if I use my my keyboard, I'm just going to type N to find the name. Wrong one. Name here. Okay. The reference is in PrestaShop is called reference. The price is price, but mine is excluding tax.
Excluding tax, yeah.
And I need to add the tax as well. So the VAT, VAT. Stock in PrestaShop is called quantity. The feature, just to add more information, is feature. But the origin is in the third column where I need to select the group because we have a group and then the values. So the group is origin, value is France, Italy, etc. And then meta title and meta description. So I type M on my keyboard. So it's meta title and meta description. And I've got in that options column, whenever there's a colored cell, you need to add an option. If you don't, then you'll have a message saying, oh, you're missing some options. Okay. So I need to select here language. So I'm in English. And meta title also in English and in English.
Yeah.
So you already can see that you can import all these fields in other languages as well, but we'll see that in a different file. So in this file, I need to import all of this. If I don't have the meta title or meta description, I just untick it.
Untick.
And then that means I'm not going to be using these columns to import, because when you start the import here by clicking this, this icon here, we're going to be taking in consideration during the import all the fields that are mapped and ticked. So this is where it's, again, flexible. You put whatever you want in your file, but if somebody sends you a file with like 50 columns, but you need to use 2, then you can. You don't need to use all the columns. So that's the flexibility, again, with the CSV importing install commander. It's really, you're the one decided what you want to update.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you've done that, you can save the mapping, because then we have like a system where you can reload the same file but different information, so you don't need to redo your mapping again. So we've got a little bit to save you even more time, so you don't have to repeat something again and again. Like, you don't do repetition install commander.
Yep.
So you've decided what you need to import about the, well, when it comes to the data in your file, and then you need to tell the commander what to do. Do you need to create product? Do you need to modify product? So this is the options on the line. So I'll go back to the top panel here, and it's the 3 columns here: product identified by, action for the new product, and the existing product. So here I'm creating new products. So the identification. So I'm going to base the import on the name of the product. I can use, if I double click, I have other options. Okay, but when you create product, it's usually by the name. Okay. So if the name is not found in my shop, I want to create a new product. Okay. I can do existing, well, modify if the product exists already, but I don't need to, because I know that these products are new products. If I need to modify, because I could have a file with like lots of information, lots of products, and I want to create the new ones, but also update them. If in case in my file there are names that already exist in my file, in my shop, I also want to update them. So I would select modify product. But in this instance, I know these products don't exist on my shop, and I just want to create new products. Okay. So this is the 3 important options: the identification, on what information of my product do I base myself on.
Yeah.
So the name, and then I create any action. So I want to create new product, but I don't want to modify if the name is found on my shop. I just want to create new products. So this is what Store Commander is going to be doing, and it's going to be using what information? The name, of course, because it's my identifier, and we're going to be adding the reference, the price excluding tax, plus the VAT, the quantity, and the features. Oh, and then I retick my meta title and meta description. So I'm going to be importing all of that to create more products. So I'm just about ready. The last thing I need to do is to add the number of lines I need to import. We put 500 as default, but if you have less, keep 500. You don't need to put the exact number. It doesn't matter. If I don't have 500, I'm not going to scan 500 lines in my file. I only have 2 or 3, I think. So I'm just going to use that. If you have more than 500, just add a 0.
Yep.
Okay, but I can even put 5,000. It's not going to impact my my import. And then I can start by clicking here. Before I click, did I forget anything, Sebastian?
I don't think so. I believe everything is okay.
Okay.
And you can just start the process.
Let's go. So I'm just going to click on it. And there we go. So because I don't have that much information, obviously it's very quick.
It's very quick, yeah.
So I do have, once the import is finished, you will have the statistics here. So I've got 2 new products, non-modified, non-skipped. Skipped is like, I didn't need to use
We
that
ignore
file.
the line, yeah.
We ignore the line. So all the products have been imported. The to-do file has been deleted. So I didn't see it, but we create a copy that we process line by line, one by one after another, always. So it's the end of the import process. So, and I've got also the 100% line processed at the bottom. So you've got the statistic as well there. So of course, if you have more, you will see the process going. Mine is like very quick. Of course, it was very, very fast, but you will, on your side,
you will see it loading, I guess.
it will get loading,
Yep.
little by little.
Now,
Uh,
Sonia, one question.
yes.
What happens if you click on the processed lines?
Well, on the green line,
On the green line, yeah.
you want me to click on it
Yeah, please.
like this? Oh yes.
Yeah.
You got
The
little.
unicorns.
You can snap them if you. Here we go. There you go. So you can celebrate the 100% processed of your file. So that's really
That's a
good.
little Easter egg
Yeah.
for
Thank you.
people who love unicorns.
Thank you to our developers.
Yep.
Well, there you go. So you've created two new products. So we're going to be checking where they are. Actually, I'm just going to close that. But
You can go and find out the new products. Yeah.
yeah, but I didn't. Where are they? Because I didn't put the categories, did I?
You did not.
So I did
That's
not
the
add the
problem.
categories. So normally, if you create new products, you need to put them in a category. One of them is, well, the main one is a default one. So you need to select to add the default one. But in this instance, I didn't. I forgot. So, which is another good thing about a store commander and the CSV import. So you don't need to have the default category in your file. That's not going to stop you from importing and creating new products. But a product cannot be on its own. The product needs to have a default category, otherwise it's going to be lost in your shop. So if you don't define it in your CSV file, we're just going to decide to create a new category, which is going to be the default category, and we're going to call it the name of your file, prod import, with a to-do at the end of it, and we will add the new products into that category. So this is
this is truly amazing.
Yeah, it's a hidden category. It's not like if I close.
It's not visible on the front. Yeah.
Your shop anyway, so it doesn't have any impact whatsoever on your shop. It's really organizing your store commander. But we have created the products. Sorry.
The products. Yep.
So we're not gonna force you to add the default category. It's good as well. It's not better, but it's up to you to decide. But in this instance, it's better for me because I'm still missing information on my products. I need to add the images. I need to probably add the descriptions. I didn't do the cat, etc. There's other information.
There's many more things to do. Yeah.
So it's good for me because all my products are in the same place, which is that to-do category. And once I've completed my products and active them, enable them to be on my shop, I can after that dispatch them in the right categories. So it's very quick.
Yeah,
so it's not a problem. But this is a good tip if you're missing the default category when you create your products. So I've added the names, I've added the reference. What else did I do? I
think you had the descriptions.
The features
as well, yeah.
In here, it's SEO. That was SEO. That's it.
Yeah, the meta title.
I've got the meta title and the meta
description. Yeah.
It's empty. I've got multiple languages in my shop, but I don't have it in French or in Spanish, nor in German. Because I didn't add it to my file. So you can add it to your file. So let's keep on to that one. So I do have a language file here. So if I wanted to add the translation to this name, descriptions, meta fields, I think that's it, and the stock availability as well, and descriptions, of course. The principle is to have a column per property. So I've got the name in English, the name in French, the name in Spanish, then I add the description in English, the description in French, and the description in Spanish. Again, if I've got more languages, I can add more languages. It's just the principle is the same, to have one column per information. And if I upload this file, well, I think I did already upload that file earlier. Yeah, languages here. So I have the name, the 3 columns. I'm just going to use this, hold on, up, to complete. But here you see I've got the name 3 times, but the first one is for English, this one is in French, and this one is in Spanish.
So you can load all the fields automatically.
Yes, we've got a little tip here, which is this icon. If the title of the column is exactly the same as the name of PrestaShop, then I can match it automatically. This one I can't match it because I can see that I did 2 R's in description, and therefore the one PrestaShop is description
yeah.
with one R. So therefore, I couldn't do the automatic option, didn't do the matching because it wasn't exactly the same. So you can use the automatic update like I did because it's quicker, but then do check all the other fields because obviously in this instance, I made a mistake when typing.
Yeah, but
So
still,
the
that's
description
pretty
here.
that's pretty useful not to again save time doing things
Oh yes,
and
and
to get
this
the
one is not
correct
too
name.
bad because I don't have that many columns.
Yep.
But if you have 12
Let's say
or
50 columns.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that
even
would be a good
three anyway.
option.
Even three, you do one click, you don't do three.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We save clicks,
exactly. So it's
definitely.
very flexible, and there's always like little tips
Mhm.
for you to save time in anything, and
Yep.
this is
And
one of them.
we will not
Yeah,
show it today, but the best way to get the names right would be to export the data using our exporting tool.
that's
That would
true.
be the best way to do it.
Yeah, because on these files, I created them myself. This is why
Mhm.
I just, I put 2 R's in description because I typed it manually. But if you use the export tool in Store Commander, obviously Store Commander will add the titles for you, and the titles in the export equals the titles import.
Yep.
So if you export names, description like this one, and then add the information and then import it, then you click the automatic fill option, and then it's all done for you. So it's very quick.
Yep.
So when you have languages, same principle, 1 column per language for the information, and then you map it, and then you select the language in here, and you will have all the information in your Store Commander. Like in ESEO here, you've got the name, you've got the product, the meta title and meta description, and you will have the description in the other property, in the description property here. So very useful. Again, you don't need to have lots of information, but all the options are here for you to decide what you want to import. So that's going to be really making your life easy.
It's designed to ease your
Yeah.
life, your day-to-day activities task on your shop.
Yeah. I'm just going to check because I've got another file which is for combination. Combination is it's not that tricky, but it's the same principle again. I've got a file here where I need to create new products with attributes. The attributes are color and size. So I've got, again, I have a column per attribute. So the one will show the colors, and this one will indicate the size because I need to create a pair of gloves that will be available in black and in red, and the size is just one size for both. Okay, so again, I have the column specific to the attribute, and on each line, I will create the product name, and I'll add all the information on that same line. We treat the line, process the line one by one. So we create the gloves, and we add the combination black one size. This combination will have a reference, a price with a VAT, and stock. And we're going to add also a feature. Again, I could add meta title, categories, description, image. I can add whatever I want. This is just an example. Again, you add whatever you want one by one on each of the column. But here, I'm just going to stop here. Because we process line one after another, once I've created the glove with that first combination and the information on that line, when I go on to the second one, the gloves, I already know the gloves because I created them just before. So I'm not going to create a new pair of gloves. I'm just going to update that name by adding the second combination, which is red one size, that will have a reference, a price, the VAT is the same, the stock for that combination, and the feature will be the same, plus, etc., etc. Okay. For the jacket, for example, doesn't have colors. So I don't, like I was saying earlier, if you don't put anything, Store Commander is not going to think, maybe there should be a color, therefore I'm going to add one. No, we're just going to process what's in the file. So the jacket will be created as well, no colors, but only size. So the jacket is going to be available in 3 sizes, S, M, and L, and each of them, so each line, the S will have a reference, a price, VAT, stock, and features. And same with the second one. and after the third one, line by line, one after another, always in the same order. Okay.
It's very logical. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think difficulties. If there is, of course, would be available for questions if need be. But one column per property for information, and one line per product
Product or combination.
combinations. Okay.
Mhm.
And if we import this one, so I uploaded it earlier, so it's the import combination here. I'm going to use that option, but I'm sure you see I didn't do because I created it manually. So obviously the names are not the same. So the name is name, but I'll do it in English.
Mhm.
And the attributes are attribute of combination. So the names are quite well, maybe I'm not objective because I'm using it for such a long time. And in the option, same as the feature here, we need to select the group. So the group is color, and the other one is size.
Size. Yep.
Well, yeah. So and then the reference is what reference.
Mhm.
The price is price, excluding tax, and the VAT, and the stock was quantity. Okay.
Yeah.
So here I'm creating products. So I'm still going to base the identifier will be my product name, which I'm going to be creating. And I'm going to be modifying because line by line, I'm going to create the gloves. But when I go on to the second line, the glove already exists. So I need to modify it to add the second combination. So whenever you create product with combinations, your options will always, 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 and always be product, create, new product. Did I say always?
I think you did not.
Always, because
Yep.
this is onto the product name that we add the information, and information is also an attribute of combination.
Yep.
So whenever you create product with a combination, it's always going to be product name, which we're based on to create, and then we'll modify to add all the combinations. And this is it. And then I can start, same as earlier, create the start the import.
Let's see.
I was going to say something. I remember. For the attribute of combination or the colors and sizes in this instance, if that exists on your shop because you already have colors and sizes, we could be using them. On the other hand, if you have new colors or new sizes or new whatever attribute of combinations in your file, we do have an option here to create them. So you don't need to create them beforehand. If you have like, I don't know, 50 new colors, don't create them beforehand. When you start the import, we're going to check whether red exists. If it does, then we use it. But if it doesn't, then we will be creating it. And it's the same with features. If I have a new fabric in my shop, they don't exist. If they exist, we use them. If they don't, we'll be creating them. Okay. So same principle here. The difference with this one compared to the product with no combination is really the option here, create, modify. Okay. And then again, I don't have any category, default category, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to be creating that new category, and we're going to be putting product into it. So I've got two new products, and I've modified them. I've got three modified, which is the combination. So I do have 5 lines, so that correspond to my file. So I'm quite happy. So I'm just going to do like Sebastian says, and I'm just going to play with my unicorns. Here you go. Okay. And again, I didn't have any category in my file. So if I refresh, I have a new category where I have the gloves and the jackets. And I do have, if I go to the combinations, I do have the colors and the sizes and the references. And I should have the prices as well because I put prices in. Yeah, and I do have the price as well. So simple, really.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And the fact that the import tool itself is fully flexible. I mean, you decide what to import, in what languages, how many lines you want to import. It's very, very easy to use at the end of the day.
Completely. So just to finish, like I had another file as well, which was the language with languages we saw that. The stock update as well, if you ever have a supplier sending you files to update stock. So I created it myself again. So put the reference or the barcode. So some depending on what your supplier or your manufacturer is using. In my case, I use the barcode, which is my identifier. So I'm going to base onto the barcode that's on the file to modify. I'm not creating new products. I'm just modifying. I'm basing myself on the barcode that's on the file, and I'm going to update the stock, the quantity. Okay, so same principle. You can have a small file, a very specific file to update whatever you want. Same again, I'm not basing myself on the SKU, which is used by my supplier because it's their reference. I don't have that reference in my file. The common information is the barcode. So I'm using the barcode to find the products I need to update in my store. And this, if you have regular, if your supplier is sending you this file every Friday, 3 o'clock, for example, so you need to go fetch it, you need to add it in Store Commander, configure it, and start it. If it's going to be something recurrent, you don't need to do it every time. You can if you want, but you can set up a cron task on your server. On our website, we give you the PHP file that you need to configure, which is very simple. And you use that file on your server to automate that stock update. So just configure it once in Store Commander like I've just done. And then after that, just create the cron task on your server. And it will be done whenever you want, and your stock will be updated automatically. So that's the good thing about the import as well. When you have regular imports, don't do them one after the other. There's no need. Just if you can, just automate them with a cron task. It's ever so useful, and you're free up and you can do something else anyway. So that's very good. I think
it's a way to save time again. I mean, if it's a task you have to do every week, every 2 weeks, or a month, well, we will save you time again. And you will be able to spend it on other things, marketing, other actions.
Completely. Can you put the link to the?
Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, excellent. Otherwise, on your Store Commander, you've got a little question mark here that will take you to the knowledge base. Type cron in the search, and you'll find the article as well. But Sebastian will be adding it to the chat, so you have the direct link to it.
Yep.
So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let me go back to my slide to see if I haven't missed anything. Okay, the product combination, automatic stock. Well, we've just done that. The SEO, same again. We've seen the SEO and languages as well. So if you have different languages, add one column per language, so you can create and update your and translate your products. So that's the SEO, name, descriptions. So that's pretty flexible and useful. So I think we've covered what we wanted to cover in this webinar. And the next slide is over to you. So I don't know, I haven't looked at the chat, so I don't know whether there are questions.
Yes, we do. We have a question from Claire, and she is asking if she can import on her multi-store environment.
You can indeed. So here I don't have a multi-store environment, but the if I do, I'm just going to do on the help.
Within the documentation, we have all the tutorials available.
Yeah, the import, so it will be exactly the same thing. The only difference, which is going to be anyway compulsory, is because you're in multi-store, you will need to specify in your file the ID of the shop you want to create your product into. So if I have like shop 123, for example, and I want to create my product in 1,2,3, then I will be creating that product and it will be available in all these shops. The cushion will only be in shop 2, for example. So the same principle is you just need to add another column, which is the ID shop list, to specify in which shop you need to create. And again, just open the CSV import. So it's just the ID shop list which is here. So you have like all the articles explaining how to do that. I don't have the ID shop list in my shop here because I'm not in multistore.
Yeah.
I have the field in the list anyway.
I'm gonna send you the link, Claire. I'm gonna put it in the chat as well. We have a second question, which I already answered, but I think it's good if we see it again. And it's a question from Stefania, and she's asking, can we insert all the field from the beginning, or we have to create separate fields with languages and descriptions?
You can at the beginning, well, you can. It doesn't matter. You can
Yep.
insert fields the way you want. The only thing, if you have multiple languages and you create new products, let me check. Let me show you my file here, just to.
It
This
will
one.
depend on the default language. Yeah.
Yeah. If my shop is in English and I create new product, the name, which is going to be my identifier, my base, in English will need to be the first column, not the first column, but before any other columns. I can't have, for example, the name here. Okay. If my file is here and my shop is in English, this is not going to work. It's going to tell you, no, the name needs to be in English. This is the only time the order of the columns matter.
Yep.
Only to create product in different languages, but otherwise it doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter whatsoever. So you can have any all the fields that you need with languages and description. If you already have your shop with all those languages, please do an export. So you have all the columns with all the information of product name, description, and meta in that file, so you can do the translation and then you can re-import afterwards. I think we did we do a webinar on the export? I think we did, didn't we?
Yep, I think we did. And if not, you can always contact us, Stefania.
Yeah.
If you have any questions on how to do the export or the import, please feel free to contact us and we will be more than happy to help you.
Yeah, and then I think we do have importing in multiple languages.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a screenshot of all the information you can that's available in languages. Well, we didn't put the link to the export, but I think there is an export webinar. But there are articles as well. So
we have articles as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Another question from Laura, and she's asking if we can import images because we did not see it today.
That's true, but you can.
You can.
You can. If I show you here on another file, in the mapping is called image URL. It is URL because PrestaShop and Store Commander are 100% web. So we can't fetch the images on your desktop, for example. The files need to be on your server. So you need to indicate in your file. Let me just check this one here. So if I add image here, you need to have your file, your image on your server because you need to add an HTTPS URL.
Yep.
So myshop.com/my-images, for example, because my images are stored there, and my first image is image 01.jpg. So you can import image, of course. If I've got multiple one, I just add
a comma. You separate them with a comma, yeah.
Hold on, I just copy paste so I can do quicker. I just do a comma, comma, and then I add the other one. So that will be image2.png, for example. So it's JPEG or PNG, but you need the image file need to be on the server. So either on an HTTP like this, or if you don't know and you have it on a USB key, for example, maybe put them in a Store Commander folder on your server. You have a
on your server,
use that. So there are two options. Again, there's a tutorial on our website if you want to, but you can import images as well.
Yeah, and I've replied to you, Laura, with the link to our knowledge base.
Excellent.
You have everything detailed.
So yes, again, I didn't add in this webinar on the files, I didn't add all the information, but you can, of course, all the information that you need. If you look at the on your store commander, if you go into a mapping and then double click the database field, you will see all this information, all everything.
Mhm.
I mean, there's just about there's stock alert, stock location. You can do whatever you want. Very flexible, but everything is available here. I'm just gonna do
And there's
this.
no more questions.
Okay. I'm just gonna say
And
again that you contact us, etc. That's why I'm putting the last slide on here. We've got a phone number, we've got an email, and we also have, of course, the little red bubble bottom right of your screen. Either
yeah.
you're on our website or in your store commander. I think I do have mine. Let me show you here.
Mhm.
So please don't hesitate to ask questions. We like AI too, but we're not using it just yet. There will always be the three people behind. Let's
Yep.
say Jenny and Sebastian and myself. So don't hesitate to ask your questions using this little chat tool. I think we've
We've
covered
we've covered
everything.
everything, yeah. Just to summarize quickly, so the import tool is very flexible, easy to use. You can use it to create products with combinations, update products. You can automate those imports if you work with suppliers that send you on a weekly basis CSV files. You can basically do everything you need through the import.
Yeah. We didn't go into details of everything,
Yep.
but well, there are lots of tutorials anyway. But again,
Mhm.
please the reflex to have is to please send us a message on the Redbubble if you don't know, because it's really important to use that tool because it's just so great. But it might need a bit of twitching to just do this and that. So if you don't know, then please do ask.
Yep. And as usual, we
Okay.
will be more than happy to help you.
Of course, as always, as
As
always.
always, yep.
Otherwise. So the replay will be available just afterwards if you want to see it again. And I think that's about it.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
excellent.
about it
So
for this one. Yeah.
time is perfect as well. So thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time
Yeah. I
on the
believe
web.
it is
It will
next month.
be next, yeah, it will
I
be
think it
probably next.
is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so there will be a new one in English. So please stay tuned.
Yeah.
Follow us on the social networks and newsletters so you can be informed on the next webinar.
Yep. I'm gonna put the links to our social networks in the chat as well.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Seb. Well, thank you anyway, and have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you for the
Yeah.
question and for attending this new session, and see you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye. Have a nice day, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.